Hey guys, and welcome back to another video here at Motorsport Madness. Now today we have another Targa Florio challenge, and it's with one of my absolute favourite cars. That it's just in general, I absolutely love this thing. We are in the Ferrari 330, probably one of the most recognisable Ferraris of all time. This thing just looks absolutely stunning. Now I don't know too much technical stuff about this car, and I don't really know too much competition history about it, but just look at it, it's absolutely stunning. And on a hot day like today in Britain, I thought, well, what would be a nice, just a nice, calm, relaxing, I say that quite lightly, nice drive, nice open top car than this beautiful thing. Now I was toying between this and the Ford's competitor, the Ford GT, Ford GT40, but I went for this first, and the GT40 will come about at a later time, and that's a little promise to you. But also with this, we are going to try to beat my personal record on the Targa Florio. It's not going to beat the lap record. I do have the car in line to try and do that, but I think for now we could potentially break my personal record, which is a 36 minutes and 57 seconds, which I did in the Matra MS10. And so we actually have a decent chance of getting very close to that. My last one, which was the Mercedes 300 SLR, which was about a month ago, didn't really get anywhere close to that. But this, we got a bit of a jump of about 10 years. I don't really have any cars to sort of in between the two of the Mercedes and this. So, but from now on, we have quite a list of cars to try and drive on the Targa Florio. This isn't going to be easy. I've done a little bit of practice. It feels good. It's one of my favourite mods, but still, it is scary. So strap yourselves in, stick yourself in the passenger seat, and let's get into this. Okay, here we are at the start line for the Targa Florio. Roughly 50 miles of just country roads, and I've also noticed it says 1967 up there. This car is from that year, so we're probably being as accurate, historically speaking, as we have been so far. Probably ever will. So yeah, I mean, when I think of the Targa Florio, I think of a picture that I've seen quite frequently of this go through one of the towns on the Targa Florio. It's one where it's like a really tight left-hand hairpin. Castelletto or something like that. Oh well, enough rambling. Listen to that engine noise. Let's go. Right. Now this being a bit more technical than the other cars that I've taken on this track beforehand, I might not be talking as much, or at least my speech will be a bit more stuttery as I'm trying to concentrate and talk at the same time. But it's just such a beautiful mod, this car. It's an official mod with Assetto Corsa, and there's just so much detail going on. All the rivets, all the seat looks lovely, all the switches, all the gauges, everything. Ooh, forgot where I was. It's alright, it does that. Go on, slow down. It's fine, it's fine. I think with Targa Florio, drivers frequently hit barriers and stuff. I don't think any driver completed the race without having some sort of damage to the car. See, in practice, I didn't do any of this, and then again, I am having to turn down the volume quite a bit, so I can't really hear the car. I know you probably can. Well, I hope you can. But for me, I've had to turn it down on headphones so then you can't hear an echo. So yeah, I hope you're not hearing an echo. But if you are, I'm sorry. Yeah, like I was saying, this car just sounds absolutely gorgeous. That downshift noise, you'll hear it in a second. That is so nice. It's beautiful. I love it. You need to go down here then. There's my air freshener. That's not the car. If my car suddenly made that noise, I'd be concerned. I've also purchased something that will probably help me out somewhat, or at least make the driving experience even more fun. Is I finally purchased proper gear stick for my rig. Now obviously I'm using paddle shifters that you can probably hear throughout the video. That clicking sound. But using paddle shifters is all well and good. But when you're driving historic cars like this and all the other ones that I love to drive, it does take away immersion a little bit. And I'll try and aid that by lifting off my throttle pedal every time I change gear. I don't have a clutch pedal in my setup, so I've only got 2 pedals. But especially with the really old Grand Prix cars that we're talking about, like the Mercedes 125 or even the Auto Union, taking your foot off the throttle every time you change gears is a good thing, because you'll experience pretty much wheel spin all the time. This is my favourite section of the Targa Florio, by the way. It's just such a Grand Prix, it's flying through these houses at insane speeds. But yeah, with something like that, it's useful just to take it easy. But it does increase the immersion when I have limited things to make the immersion greater, i.e. clutch pedal, proper gear stick. But, you know, it's the best I could do. I'm still having fun. Because that's the thing, I have fun. I enjoy playing this game, I enjoy making videos. But look when I'm ill. That I will admit now, my latest video on the historic F1 series, that was a big struggle. To be honest, I don't think I really should have done that, because afterwards I really did feel rotten. It took a long time to edit the video because it just felt so awful. And I noticed my voice was just getting slowly worse and worse. I just sounded so rough by the end of it. So if you watched that, I do apologise, but I'm quite happy with the way things are going with that series. Seems a lot of you are enjoying it, and that I'm really happy. And of course that series ain't going anywhere. We're going right up to the modern day of Formula 1. We've got about, I think off the top of my head, well, I'll say off the top of my head, I always crash into that barrier. Don't know why. I need to learn. I need to use my brain, which is very small. But I'm going to aim to do at least 3 seasons from each decade. So we've got a long way to go. And of course, with the release of new cars from modders, we'll be seeing maybe additional seasons added or some removed or whatever. So like I said, we've got a long way to go. Next stop is Indianapolis for the Indy 500 for 1950. But I'm not going to go on about that right now, because we're trying to get my lap record here in this beautiful car. Yeah, my gear stick is arriving tomorrow. So by the time of the next round of the 1950 F1 season, I'll be using it by then. Oh god. I did exactly the same thing in practice as well. Oh, wasn't looking. No. Now I have attempted to lapped the Targa Florio in this car once before and it didn't go well. I got about halfway and then I just suffered critical damage by doing a stupid move, going way too fast, and went off, damaged everything in the car, basically just died. And that was in my spare time. Again, I would like to stress that in my spare time, sometimes I do just sit here and just go on a casual drive around Targa Florio. It's just so nice, plus it enables me to learn the circuit a bit better. Because this is a very difficult track to learn purely because of how long it is. It's 50 miles. And I would love to know how many gear changes I do in a lap. But I was saying, there's plenty of cars that I'm planning to put up for this challenge. I think the next one will be the Ford GT40, which I mentioned. Oh god. At the start of the video. I love this bit. Feels like Brands Hatch, like a little mini going through Paddock Hill Bend where it sort of goes down and up. But yeah, the Ford GT40, which will be after this. I don't know when that video will happen, but it will happen at some point. Then after that, Porsche 908, I think would be nice. And then after that would be the Porsche 907. I know the Porsche 907 didn't actually run on the Targa Florio purely because it was just too powerful for it. But we're called Motorsport Madness here, so I want to try and lap it, even though I could barely get it around Spa most of the time. Such a tricky car to drive. But and after that, something for the 70s, well, the mid 70s. I think the Ferrari 312 PB would be very appropriate for this challenge. Also maybe a Chaparral, if that's how you pronounce it, 2F with a big high wing. I think that might consider that. But once we've gone through cars that did run on the Targa Florio, I think what would be interesting to do is take on cars which never did. Either because they just didn't, or because they're just they came out after the Targa Florio finished. So like 60s F1 cars, even 1930s Grand Prix cars. Like, do you want to see me take a Mercedes 25 or 125 around here? I think that'd be quite fun. But what else? I think maybe a Grand Effect Formula 1 car, Porsche 962 would be quite nice, I think. Modern endurance cars, hypercars, GTs, everything, anything I can think of. Even the Batmobile, I'll take that around here. Stuff like that, or even a bus. Slowly around here, hit the barrier. Okay, that's probably right. I'm also happy to say that I'm feeling a lot better when I did the 1915 Monaco video. A lot better. I returned to work yesterday. And yeah, it was just absolutely horrendous. It was the second time I've had COVID, and this was definitely the worst. It was absolutely horrible. Being bedridden for a week is just not nice, especially in really hot weather. Excuse me, interrupted. Especially in the hot weather that we're currently going through in the UK right now. We're expecting 30 degrees in a couple of days, which is just unheard of in this country, especially in the summer. Normally it's just raining, and you know, just sweltering heat. I'll go outside briefly and just die or wish for death because it was just absolutely horrible. That was a really nice corner. So I took that like a pro. And don't you dare tell me in the comments it wasn't. That was a beautiful corner. And that one. Oh, well, what's happening to me? Not them just, you know, flying off corners. To be fair, this is one of the slower sections of the Targa Florio, but I feel like I'm doing quite well. Every time, oh no, oh dear. I hope we haven't had any damage. Because sometimes if you go over these little bollards, it can just glitch out and it will fall. Again, took that corner really well. There's a hairpin here. I forgot. Oh, nearly panicked then. I thought, no, this is it already. That's the thing. With the advent of, with all these cars now that we're taking on this challenge, it's going to be faster and faster and faster. So I'm expecting fuck-ups. And I won't show them. Well, I will. You see them every video. I mean, if you watch my latest video, you'll see me crashing twice and being lapped. And yeah, that wasn't very nice. Survived. But there's one thing I do know about this car. It didn't really do well at Targa Florio. I think the first time it was here in 1966, retired. And again, 1967, retired. And Ferrari were expecting it to do well, but it just didn't. Which is a shame, really, because it's just such a beautiful car. And it was featured in the film Le Mans 66 or Ford versus Ferrari, depending where you're from. And Lorenzo Bandini was portrayed in it as quite a bad, Hollywood baddie. Oh, he's a nasty guy, but he really wasn't. Oops. I'm the man, clearly, I can't drive. But yeah, he really wasn't, and obviously knowing what happened to him at Monaco in '67, it's just like you've portrayed him like an arsehole, but he really wasn't. And the guy died in horrible circumstances. Just 4 days before the Targa Florio, actually, he was meant to be. Ow. Oh, no. He was meant to be at the Targa Florio, but obviously he died 4 days before the event. So yeah, again, it was that kind of just, it kind of annoyed me really. I hate it when they portray like the rival driver as just an asshole, especially in Rush. I mean, that's one of my favourite films of all time. Rush, I really enjoy that film. If I'm bored and just put something on in the background, I'll put on Rush. I've watched it loads of times. But the way they portrayed the Hunt Lauda rivalry as being they're literally enemies, they hate each other, blah blah blah. And only towards the end made it seem like they were friends, but weren't really close friends. They were close friends. They were like the best of friends, even before they got into F1. Because I believe they shared a flat together in London and that kind of thing. And it's a shame they portrayed it like that. But obviously, if they just showed just two drivers being all happy and stuff, it doesn't make for film. So I can understand their reasoning behind making a film story like that instead of how it actually was. But again, they could have probably done some things to make it not so bad, really. But what I really want to see is a proper feature-length film about Jim Clark. I think that would be amazing. Or just like racing in the 60s in general. About, I mean, I know we have Grand Prix, but like a film sort of about just drivers in the 60s in general, not just, oh god, not just Formula 1, but sports car racing as well, because this was just as dangerous. I mean, you never see a Formula 1 car go out here. Except for on this channel. Subscribe. Speaking of my channel, I'm putting in a lot of thought into changing the name of this channel. Now, I came up with Motorsport Madness. It was actually kind of my friend who came up with it, my flatmate at the time. Because originally it was going to be like something along the lines of Motorsport Wonders, or Wonders of Motorsport, something like that. But Motorsport Madness, it doesn't really reflect me. I'm not gonna reveal what the name is until I'm absolutely sure to do it. But I want the channel name to kind of, like I said, reflect me, and also enable me to sort of cover other things that interest me in my life. Because yeah, having Motorsport Madness as a name is cool, but it's not very, for me, it's not very memorable. It's not very memorable, in my opinion anyway. And I want something to be an easy name, easily remembered. Yeah, that's a new channel name. Yeah. But yeah, something like that. And maybe at some point during the summer I'll reveal it. And hopefully I won't have to change the logo too much as well. So I quite like that logo. Oh god. Damn. I don't need stress. This journey, like, it's very hot in this room right now. I should have really put on a fan before I start this video. But again, all you would have heard is fan. And this ain't the fan car. So, yeah. I'm having to struggle. It's getting very sweaty in this headset. But, yeah, like I was saying, the name change, it won't be completely different. It's going to be, there is a similarity. But, oh god, after all, I'm not Michael Jackson. But, again, get off the wall. But, yeah, it won't be, like, hugely different. It's not going to be my name, let's put it that way. But I think you like it, and I like it. And, especially the short name as well, kind of made me laugh, because it is kind of a cultural reference to a very popular TV series character, which I can kind of use in videos, I think. I think it'd be quite funny. So, yeah, there's that. That's happening. Where are we? Well, I think we're sort of stage 3, or sector 3. I like to sort of divide. Well, when you download this track, you notice you've got the full circuit, and then you've got 4 individual pieces of the circuit as well. So then you don't have to do the whole track in one go if you don't want to. So when I do practice for this run, I just do one sector or stage, just to get a feel for the roads. Need to learn how to brake. But yeah, I think we're definitely into sector 3 now. So probably about halfway. I have no idea what time we're at right now. You do. You have a general idea. So sector 3 for me is normally the place where I mess up the most. when I went round to the GT40, it was around here that I messed it up, and a few other times as well. I think it was this car as well that I messed up on. But again, you think a lot of these corners, you think you can take it quickly, and as soon as you get to it, and it's just, it might as well be a big sign saying no. Like there, blind corner, I have no idea. I'm going to try and take it a little bit easier through this section. Especially these like concrete embankments, if you go up them, you go flying, of course, because they're just like, they're almost like ramps. Like the discussion around sausage curbs right now, due to recent incidents in Motorsport and F2 and others. But this, imagine if these were in racetracks still now, and that. Very twisty and bended section. Again, we're just having a nice casual drive and this lovely Wednesday afternoon. How's the weather in wherever you're watching? I know predominantly most of you guys are from the UK as well, but you know, there's some of you around the world. Make yourselves known. Let me hear you in the back. Alright. Hopefully one day someone can make a compilation of the amount of times I've sort of made some sort of noise. God, no. My heart skipped a beat then. No, I can't end this now. So I quite literally have to look at road signs to guide me to know what to expect. So here I think of some sort of hairpin, falling rocks, wild cows on the road. Bumpy road, come on. Zigzaggy road, okay. Again, this car doesn't really have much downforce, so it wasn't really a thing back then. It's basically Ferrari was still in that mindset of aerodynamics, just for whips who can't win. It's all about engine power, but it's like, not really. I mean, yeah, engine power helps, of course. It's a really nice tree there. I'm going to stick my arm out, picking it for it. I'm also really looking forward to F1 Manager. I don't know if any of you guys are, but for me personally, I really love the sort of management simulator games. Like Motorsport Manager, that's okay, but it's not really for me. And I enjoy playing it, but again, most of the time it's frustrating. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy it. But official licensed F1 game, where you obviously manage the teams, I think that's brilliant. I think everyone's sort of been calling for that for a long time. We finally got it, and for me, I'm a huge fan of the Football Manager series. I've been playing Football Manager for a long time, and in fact I've actually still got a save going on. I started way back in 2018. I built up a really big career and stuff, but I'm still playing that in my spare time. Like if I'm about to go to bed, I'll just get my laptop out and just play a couple of matches on there, because I am a football fan as well as a motorsport fan. See, the game didn't like that. It's like, football? No, I'm gonna make it crash. Oh. No. God. But yeah, I've been into football ever since I was a kid in a local club right in Hibernian. I've been following them for years, and yeah. So I only discovered motorsport fairly recently. I just love it. Now, I believe this town is Castelletto. I think they got that hairpin turn I mentioned at the start of the video, just around this corner. Yes, here it is. This is the turn I mean. Look at that, beautiful. Gliding on the pavement. Now I believe now we are in sector 4, which is one of the longest. Oh wow! One of the longest sectors on the Targa. Damn! It must be the heat. Yeah, I'm hoping to cover the F1 Manager game on this channel. I do want to do a series on that. Probably create a team if that's available. Try and like bring back a team from past F1 days, or even Grand Prix days like Bugatti or something like that. Because that's the thing with games such as that, you have no control of what happens. If yes, you can decide tactics and strategies and drivers or players or whatever, but then the game goes on and you're watching it. There's nothing you can do. You can show your players or drivers, but again, there's nothing. You can't go out there and play the game yourself. It's not like FIFA where they call it a manager mode, where you're not actually, you're still playing it. But at least with this, it's because I quite like that. You get the full emotions. Like if you're winning the game, and then all of a sudden you can see like two goals in the last 2 minutes, and you're just there like getting so angry and frustrated and upset. And you go to the toilet before poop, and then you have your own little interview. What do you think went wrong? They just came at us, and the players weren't prepared for it, or something like that. And you get the same feeling in the Motorsport Manager. There was one time in the team that I had created. It was our first season. We were going to score points for the first time. And I was like, yes, go on. And we hadn't. This was like round 15. And we'd done so badly. We were going to finally score points. But then one of the tyres exploded just before, and lost that position. But we had one car left. But then he started losing. Excuse me. Driver then started losing pace really fast, and then within 3 laps, dropped down about 5 positions, and we're out the points. And I just remember sitting there thinking, why do I even bother? Just want to pack this up and just throw it away. No. Is it too late later? Does it work? I need it now. That's why I'm coughing. Because obviously I've been talking. No liquids. I've got a liquid on my right, but obviously I can't actually see it. I'm driving. I think once we hit straight, I need to have a swig of my Coke vanilla. And I don't care what you say. Vanilla is a nice flavour. Again, I still love the sound of this car. One of the best sounding cars in the game, I think. Also, the Lola T70 is something I hope to attempt to lap the Targa Florio. I was really annoyed that I didn't actually get to see the 330 at Goodwood. They had the space there for it. There was literally the banner behind it saying, you know, 1966 or 67 Ferrari 330 P something, I can't remember what it was. But it just wasn't there. Every time I sort of passed that area where all the Ferraris were, because they're having their big celebration, anniversary event. And I remember it because it was right next to the Ferrari 31268. And I was like, well, where is it? I want to see it. So then I think I passed it about 5 times. It was never there. It was gutted. I don't even remember seeing it on the track either. So it might not even be in there. It might have just pulled out last minute. But yeah, really upset. Ruined my weekend there. What did kind of ruin my weekend was, I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I was at Goodwood, this was shortly after I met up with Jackie. So I say met up with mates, we're not there. We had a brief chat and we talked about my photography work. And just as I sort of left, I said to him, I'll make sure I get a good photo of you going up on the hill climb. And I said, oh yeah, that'd be great, thank you. And but on the straight. Before I get into the story, I'm gonna just take a quick swig of my drink. Get the car straight. There we go. No. Right. Taking drink now. There we go, that's better. Where's my cup holder? There. But yeah, anyway, so a couple of hours passed. And I noticed one of the stewards said, it's dispatch, pointing at his Porsche 936. It's dispatch that's going down next. I thought, okay, I'll make my way down to a spot and wait for them to come up. And when I was looking for a spot, it was absolutely rammed. I couldn't see a spot anywhere. And oh god, oh dear, something gone wrong. And eventually I found the spot not too sort of in front of the Goodwood house, sort of looking at it, just by the one of the main bridge. Well, I didn't really get a spot. There was sort of more of it wasn't the crowd was probably at its thinnest, so I was there sort of expecting people might shuffle or whatever, but no one did, even though they completely see me with the camera. Even though there's a couple of other photographers there, it would have been nice for them just to say, oh, do you want to just squeeze it in? Because I would have been like, yeah, sure, because that's what I do to others. I'm very conscious about other people when I'm out taking photos. Make sure I'm not in anyone's way, and if someone wants to get into a shot, I reassure them, you know, oh yeah, don't worry, you're not in the way. Because people ask, they say, oh, sorry, why are you in the way? And, oh, no, don't worry. But yeah, so there's sort of photographers to my right, and there's like this really rich, posh family to my left. And they weren't interested in the cars at all. They're more interested in drinking their Chardonnay than they were. They're just there in a big group, chatting away in their big posh clothing. And then I see the Porsche 917 come up, and I'm like, no, need to get the photo. And I managed to just get a photo of it. It wasn't great quality, but I managed to get one. And then I look up and I see Jackie X in his Porsche going up, and I didn't get a clear line of sight, and I had to abandon it, and I felt so guilty. I mean, he has since liked a couple of photos on Instagram, so I'm like, that's alright, you know, there's something. Maybe next year, because I know he's a making one. But he asked me again, I'll try again. Yeah, don't film me this time. Right. And look at that. Eventually I did get a clear view and lots of great photos, but we're about to cross the line. We're just going to see what time we get. 39:23. Wow. That is close. Only 3 minutes. Well, less than 3 minutes than the Matra. Absolutely fantastic. We got so close then. 3 minutes. 39:23. That, I think that definitely puts this second on the my sort of standings. So yeah, that's fantastic there. Fantastic effort, and just goes to show how fast we are getting on this track. And I think for the next few cars, it's going to be insane. We are really going to be what's the word I'm looking for? It's just going to be mad. It really is. I'm scared, especially when we get to like Porsche 917 territory. Probably gonna, I don't know. But anyways, guys, that was the Ferrari 330 on the Targa Florio, and what a journey it was. I really hope you enjoyed it, because, well, I said get yourself in the passenger seat, but the passenger seat's there, and you're watching it from this point of view. Oh, you're on my left leg. Ah, it's beautiful. No damage at all. There's a bit of dirt every now and then, but a few scratches. But it's a Ferrari. No, it's not. It's a shit box. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's just a Rush reference, alright? Anyways, so that was that. And again, I really hope you enjoyed. And if you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you like. I don't mind at all. I know the next video that'll be uploaded will be the round 3 of the 1950 F1 season on the historic F1 series. That'll be on Sunday as usual, so look out for that. That's definitely going ahead because I'm feeling a lot better now. And I hope you guys are too, because this is Motorsport Madness saying goodbye. And yeah, see you in the next one.